right, guys. So now let's implement an endpoint that will handle our logout functionality. So let's just do that in the user service. All right. So we are going to say this is going to return a base response. We are going to say base response logout. All right. So it's going to take a string token. So we are going to log the user at using their authorization token. So let's override this. All right. So the first thing we want to do, we want to first of all be sure that the user exists. So we want to find the user by token. So user repository dot find by token. So we just quickly create this method. So passing string token, passing the token like this. All right. So this method is going to return an optional. We are going to say optional. All right. So now after we have gotten the user, so we are going to invalidate the session of the user. All right, we delete the session of the user. So we are going to say session management dot invalidate active session. So we want to pass in the user and we want to pass in this token. So we are going to say user dot get like this. All right, so that's the first thing we want to do. We want to invalidate the session, then we'll just return a new base response. Then we want to say http servlet response.sc. okay, so 200. Then we want to say user logged out successfully. So if you look at what's happening here, to invalidate the session, look at this method that we have. So this method is using this EPA method. Now what this EPA method does is, first of all, it finds and deletes the session by token. Then it now sets the user session to null, set the token to null, and change the login status to false. All right. So that is what this method will do. So now after implementing it like this here, so let's come to the controller. All right. So we are going to say attribute post mapping. So let's say slash logout. Let's say response entity. So this will take a wildcard. Then we'll say logout user like this. So this is going to take attribute request header. All right, request header. So we'll say authorization. So authorization header. Right, so this authorization header will be coming from the front end. Authorization. So we want to say, if we want to validate this, so if authorization header is equals to null, not authorization header does start with bearer. All right, so we want to throw a new authentication exception. We want to say invalid authorization header. So we want to do this, they add exception to method signature, so we can add it like this. So then the next thing we want to do, we want to extract the token from the authorization header, and then we are going to use that token to make the logout request. Let's say the substring 7, we want to remove the bearer. All right, so if we remove the bearer, so what we are going to have is the, all right, then we want to say user service dot logout. So we use the token here like this. Then this is going to return a base response. So this will just be the logout response. So we are now going to say return response entity dot okay. So just pass the logout response like this. So that's all we need to do for the logout implementation. So let's go to the front end and also handle the functionality. Then we'll test out the functionalities end to end. All right, let's also implement the logout functionality in the front end. We are done with the backend, so let's implement the front end now. So let's integrate the backend endpoint into the front end implementation. So we'll come to this user service. No, first of all, let's come to the API service. Let's implement the API that will communicate with the backend to log out the user. Let's say export asynchronous. This is going to be an asynchronous function. Async function logout. So it's not taking any parameter. So we're going to say const response will be equals to await fetch. So we're going to say http / localhost 3030 /API /v1 /logout. So now, we are going to say the method content type. I'm going to say application /JSON. So the authorization, for the authorization, we are going to say bearer. Alright, then we want to pass in the token. Let's say local storage.get item. So just get the token from the local storage like this. So it's straightforward. So we want to check if the response is not, if not response dot okay. All right, so if there's an error, we want to, let's check, let's say const response data will be equals to await, let's say response .json. So we want to throw an error. All right, so throw new error. So unable to log out user. All right, so we just say response data dot message or response data dot details. All right, so this is what we have. Then we can then return. All right, this is what we have for the logout. So let's come to the user side. We are going to say function logout user. So let's import this function from API service. Let's say logout. So that's the name. Okay, logout. All right, so let's first get the logout button. Let's say const logout btn will be equals to document selector. All right, so we'll specify our logout button. So we want to say if logout button, they want to say logout button dot add event listener. So we're going to say async. So we're going to say try. So we want to say logout button dot inner HTML. We want to add a loading spinner, all right, to our logout button, so that while we are waiting for it to log out, at least the loading spinner will be spinning. So we're going to say let's add the I class. So then let's disable the logout button during the process. The logout button dot disable. Then let's call this function. Let's call this logout function now, and then let's clear the local storage. Let's say local storage dot clear everything in local storage. All right, then let's say window dot location dot href. So we want to redirect the user to the home page, that's the login page. So it's /pages /login dot html. Now let's catch the error here. If there is any error, let's just catch it here. So I think we need to make this method an asynchronous method. Okay, we have added it. Okay, we are missing this. All right, that's it. Then we are going to say console.error. I want to say logout failed. All right, then we can pass in the error like this. Then we want to alert the user. Let's say logout failed. Then we want to say logout button dot inner HTML. Let's just add this class, this logout. We also have the far sign out. Just have the sign out like this. So close this, and then we add I like this. Then we just have the logout. I think this should be all for our logout implement. Then also let's enable the logout button. Logout dot disabled. Set it to false. So this is what we have now for our logout functionality. So let's export this function logout, because we'll export it to the chat page.js. All right, so this is all for the logout. All right guys, so let's now add the user service and the chat page to our webpack config. So we're going to say user service like this. Let's say dot slash public slash source slash user service dot js, like this. Then also let's have our chat page dot slash public slash source slash chat dot js. All right, like this. All right, so there's a comma here.